it is frustrating. Just like as a nerd of the lore, I'm like, come on, dude. If you're gonna do something like that, stay committed to it. If you're saying he's dead, he's dead. You know, reiterating your point, it's really nice stuff. But I mean, I don't know if other people feel that way. Obviously, people must be buying. We see him in the lobbies quite a bit, but people listening, I don't really know if you guys buy this because, man, I don't. And I walk outside and my car's gone.
That's like one of my biggest fears.
Bro, I was sitting in the lot. I was just like, dude, where's my car? I was like looking around. I was just standing there like a moron. I'm like, are you kidding me? What happened here?
Welcome everyone to episode 171 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
And I'm Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
Doing okay.
Yeah?
Doing okay. Yeah. Hanging in there. This week, it's going to be hot as
It is, yeah.
and I ain't looking forward to it.
It's going to be a hot week.
Yeah,
Summer's rolling in.
Oh, yeah, big time. Yeah, it's going to suck because my room at school is going to be traumatically hot.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm trying to prepare for it. I'm bringing like 3-4 sticks of deodorant, you know. I mean, I'm having class outside of my room just because they'll die, you know, so that's tough. I'll tell you, too, I didn't mention to you before we started, so some bullshit happened to me yesterday. First life experience having this happen. So I got my car towed.
Oh.
Have you ever had this happen before?
No.
Yeah.
It's never happened to me.
So I'd never had this happen before either. And I just went to this music store to go because I wanted to get this like guitar pedal. And I was like, oh, this place I usually go to, they're like half hour from me up in Nashville. I'm like, well, maybe they got it. Go in there for like no bullshit, probably 10, 15 minutes, right? I went in, the guy's like, we don't have that. He's like, we have this though. It's comparable to it. I tried it. I'm like, it's just not related. I was like, I'll probably go order it online. He's like, okay, thanks, man. You know, like, yeah, I appreciate it. And I walk outside and my car's gone.
That's like one of my biggest fears.
Bro, I was sitting in the lot. I was just like, dude, where's my car? I was like looking around. I was just standing there like a moron. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what happened here? And I checked my keys. I'm like, dude, like, I drive an old car. I'm like, there's no way someone stole my car. I'm like, bro, you are desperate if you stole my car. And then this tow guy comes, and I was like, thank God he did, because I was looking at this sign, and it just says like, you know, no parking here, but it says like some ID number. It doesn't say like
call this number.
Yeah, right, for information. No, nothing.
Yeah.
So thankfully this guy comes over, and I'm like, did you tow my my car? And I tell him what my car is, and he's like, yeah, I did. And I'm like, what the? I was like, man, I was gone for 10 minutes, you know? And he's like, man, I'm sorry. He's like, but there's this new rule or not a law, but because this place is really close to southern New Hampshire. He tells me this later. He's like, there were hella people parking there, and there's like an apartment complex there. And the people at the apartment complex bitched about it because it was going on for like a couple of days. So they obviously made enough of a complaint about it that they now tow people there if you don't have a residential or a residential sticker, and on the weekends too. Yeah. So the guy's like, yeah, you know, don't park there, man. Like, you can't ever in the future. And I was like, okay. I was like, where's your place? Gives me his business card, and he's like, I was like, how much is it to get it back? $225 cash. Yeah. Cash. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. It's like, is there an ATM around here? And he's like, well, there's a Market Basket across the street. So I go there. I go in. I'm like, hey, do you guys have you have an ATM here? Yeah, but it's broken. I'm like, okay. I'm like, yep, sure. It's all good. Where's the closest ATM? Do you know? It's about a mile up the street. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, well, good thing I got good shoes on. So you walk over there. She's like, yeah, there's a bank in there. And like, you know, they have like those like waiting rooms, like, or like the room before you go into the bank. Yeah. Usually those are open, right? Yeah. You know, and I'm like, okay, the ATM's in there, go in there. Door's locked. Now I'm pissed. Yeah. You know, so then I go, they have a drive-through one, and I just walked up to it. Like, you put your car, I'm like, this. Like, I'm just walking up to this. I don't got time for this. Get my cash, get an Uber over there, and then I call them to be like, hey, I'm on my way. And the woman's like, you know how much it is, right? I'm like, unfortunately, yeah. Yeah. And she's like, it's like, do they have change? No, we don't have change. I was like, well, I've got like $300 here, you know, and I'm not giving you $65 or $75 free. Thankfully, the guy, when I went there, he's like, no, I got change. Like, I'll help you out. But dude, what bull
Yeah.
I've never had that happen in my life. The amount of confusion when I walk outside and my car's disappeared.
That's one of my fears, like getting towed. And for that exact reason, like it sucks that you have to pay the fine, but where did it go?
Right.
Like
right.
They don't leave for the most part, unless if you're in like an older area, they're not going to take the time to update like any of the signs or like, anything.
Yeah.
So like, what do you do? Like, do you just like, how do you figure that out?
Right. Well, dude, that's what I was thinking because like, man, there's no way I would have known where my car was if he didn't come back around. Yeah. Because I was looking at all these signs and like I said, they just had some code on there for like some state mandate or whatever. But they didn't say that, this lot is used by X towing company. Call here. Then I would have been like, okay. And I'm sure they would have it.
Yeah.
I was just going to wait there. That was my plan anyway, just to wait until he came back around. But perfect time. And he did. And I was like, dude.
Yeah. That,
what the fuck?
I've never been towed, but that's happened to one of my roommates. He got towed when I was when we were in college. And it was like, same scenario. Well, for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, we went into like some coffee shop and like got coffee and food or whatever. And, everyone parks like on the street. Never seen anyone get towed. And then we walked outside. We were like, yo, where's your car? And then, just gone. And of course, like, he was the one that got towed.
Yeah.
And then we had to figure out, like, where his car was and stuff. And his was $250.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. He was like, you gonna help us, like, me cover it? I'm like,
no.
I'll buy you your coffee.
Yeah. Right. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, when I got in the Uber and I was calling them and I was like, she would just ask me that. I was like, yeah, it's $225 cash, right? And then I hung up and the guy's like, man, I don't need to eavesdrop, but $225 to get your car back. I was like, yeah. He's like, that just seems insane to me. I'm like, man, you're telling me right now.
Oh, it is, yeah.
I was like, I literally just ATM'd this out of my... I'm like, good thing I didn't buy anything at this store. Jesus Christ, I returned it. Been like, you know what? I'm not doing that today.
Yeah. And guess what? We don't know where that money goes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure part of that goes to the state.
Yeah.
And they don't do anything about it.
Dude.
Update the signs.
Dude, what a good business to get into, though, man.
Towing.
Oh, my God. Yeah, man. This guy, like, he had just wads of cash.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. He just had, like, rubber bands after rubber bands of cash in his pocket. I'm like, brother, aren't you going to put this away for stuff,
I'm sure, though.
That's like 3 cars.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they run into, like, a lot of bad shit, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no one... Like, towing is just one of those things where it just causes a major inconvenience in your day. Like, your day's chalked.
Right.
Once your car gets towed. And I can only imagine some of them, they're like, look, I'm just doing my job so I don't get fired.
Right.
And they probably have to deal with some people that are like, yo, I will kill you.
Right.
If you tow the car. Or like repoing. Have you seen like those repoing?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Dude, the people that like I've seen videos like on TikTok of this guy. He's called the Repo Reaper. And he's famous for this like one song. And he literally just drives up to cars and he'll like stare at the people and just like smiling, towing, like hitching up their car, drive away. Yeah, and of course, like all the cars he's repoing are like Audis, BMWs, nice all the super nice cars
that people can't afford,
that aren't making their payments.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think it's insane that people just buy cars that they can't afford. And like, this is the thing, people will buy those cars, can't afford them, but will drive them until they get repoed and then just go and do that all over again.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have no shame. Like, what?
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, because then like there's got to be those times where their friends or whatever are like, oh man, you want to drive? No, I can't. Where's your car? I'm getting it worked on. I'm like, what do you say?
Yeah.
Oh, it got repoed.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go to admit that. That'd be brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I'm always cool about that stuff. I mean, obviously I was upset.
Yeah,
but I'm like, dude, this guy's just trying to earn a wage. You know? Like he obviously works for somebody.
At least he
whatever.
Good thing he was there at least.
Yeah.
I would have been pissed too. But
yeah, he's like, I'm really sorry, man. I'm like, nah, man, I know. I'm like, I know you're doing your job. I'm like, I'm just pissed. It's like I park here I've always parked in this spot all the time.
Yeah.
And then he told me that whole story. He's like, yeah, so man, in the future, he's like, just don't park. He's like, here, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like this spot here, you're good. He's like, but if you park over there, he's like, I can't guarantee you, you know? He's like, if I show up, you're fucked. I'm like, yep.
Those are the type of jobs that suck. Because I'd imagine most of them don't want to tow, but if they don't tow, then they're fired.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got a quota every day they got to meet. They're like, dude, why are you not towing people? There's obviously people in violation of stuff all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You know? If they're looking at, I don't know, supervisor or whatever, they're like, they can look at these street cams and they're like, this car should be towed. This car should be towed.
Yeah.
Should all be towed.
Yeah. Dude, when I went there, the lot was insane.
Oh, I'm sure.
There was just so many cars. And I was shocked. I was like, bro, how long have these cars been here? Are these like, this is just today? Like, it was like, I don't know, maybe about 3 o'clock. I was like, oh, let me have a nice, easy thing. No, ruined my day.
Yeah.
You know, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I came back to life, though, with the CDL. That brought me back.
It was a good weekend.
It was a great weekend. Yeah, so people had watched it. Hopefully you did, watching Major III. On the flip side of it being bad, Breach lost.
Yeah.
They did not have
we'll go
the event. That we want to save that for later.
Yeah, we'll leave that at the end. We'll leave that at the end, but
we can go off. But
yeah, Major III though was a banger. It was a really good major in Toronto.
It's one of the best majors I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, and apparently like that major is the best major to go to, like outside of an optic major. But apparently Toronto does a really good job with their venue and, you know, how they handle everything.
Yeah,
which is awesome. I want to go there eventually at some point because it looked like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the venue itself looked really nice. It looked huge.
Yeah, it's an arena.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Yeah, they had a really, really good showing, a good turnout of people. And just seeing stuff that like they were doing, like when we've gone there before, you know, just the in-between stuff that they don't show on broadcast, I've heard is really good. And then just like overall like hospitality and like the ease of stuff. I'm sure in a big arena like that, with the amount of people, it probably runs really smoothly. Oh,
yeah, because you just have more open space.
Yeah.
To like maneuver around. And also Toronto is a pretty clean like city overall. It's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we're biased. Boston's really nice too.
Yeah.
But Boston is definitely like an older city. So, and plus, I swear in Canada, people are just, well, one, they're nicer, 100%.
Yeah.
They're nicer, and it is just clean. Like when you walk around, you don't really see trash everywhere.
Yeah. So. No, you definitely don't. Like that's what everyone always raves about that place. They're just like, oh, I want to move here. I want to live here. And I'm like, yeah, I'd like to too, but you know, I ain't moving to fucking Canada.
Yeah.
That ain't happening. I'm like, dude, can you imagine how logistically, how much of a pain in the neck that'd be?
Yeah.
I'm all set. But no, then we'll get to that later on because it was phenomenal. We could rant about that the entire episode. But the main thing that we've got, as promised, it delivered on the day of recording. Thank God. Because I was waiting. I was like, bro, we're going to finish recording and then this shit's going to come up again. So season 4, the official roadmap came out.
Yep.
And it's coming out May 29th. Excited about it. I can't wait. And I lied. I said that there was going to be hard hat last episode. That was fugazi.
just a rumor.
Yeah, it was just a rumor, and yeah, it did not happen. So sad about that. But there is a lot of really, really good stuff in here, which I'm excited about. I mean, just once again, like it seems to be, looking at the maps that they have, the 4 that they're going to add, well, 3 technically that are brand new. They look to be all just brand new maps. I don't recognize any of these maps being old ones that have been remastered. So we've got Tokyo, Paris, and then Incline. And then there's an in-season variant, which is on Das Haus, Das Gross, which it looks kind of cool. It looks like it's in hell. But the other 3, I don't recognize these from any other COD, so I think they're brand new to this game.
Yeah. The more maps, the merrier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all the maps that they've added so far have been pretty good maps. So, again, we're not going to complain about more maps. And, 2, they're keeping the consistency of they're adding a lot every single season for multiplayer, which is really nice. Because last year we didn't get like anything for the seasons. Yeah. And the fact that we're coming up on season 4, and I don't know how many maps they've released so far, but it's definitely like, I want to say it's over like 8. So that's a decent number of maps added on top of the original like MW2 maps.
Yeah, I would say like it's probably somewhere around there because you think maybe in every game or in every season there's 3 maps that they add. You know, so we're up to season 4, right? So somewhere around there between like 8 to 12 maps.
Yeah,
give or take that they've done.
I round down just because there's some the bigger maps that aren't the ones that we won't play.
Yeah.
6v6.
Yeah, like those random gimmick maps. Like the one that we played on that, what was it, that war mode or whatever it was that we played, like the missile defense thing we had to do. Yeah, like I don't really count those as maps.
Yeah. But it's nice though because that means they could be added into ranked. But honestly, CDL is coming to low-key like an end pretty soon.
Which is insane.
The season. And I don't think they're going to keep on testing out and adding maps, the pros.
Yeah.
Eventually. Like I think they'll test out a couple of the new maps that they did add, but I don't there's no way they're going to do that right before champs.
No way.
Like Major 4, they probably will, and then for champs they definitely won't.
Yeah, and obviously they do that because they don't want to have to throw in new stuff and people have to learn it, and there's like a real skill gap issue. I think most of the maps now, I know like most of these maps, everybody plays them the same. It really just comes down to like how good you are. Where this stuff, like if they're going to load into Tokyo, there could be some insane spot that one team has figured out that nobody else knows about.
Yeah.
And that's happened on some of them. Like I know on Invasion, I remember Hydra, he showed one of those spots. Like there was some insane cross map that he was able to get, or it's like a wall bang, like a really weird spot. But that stuff's like super nerdy. It's not really applicable. But yeah, I think they might test them out. See if it's worthwhile. But more than likely, I think you're right. I think they're just gonna say goodbye to them and mess around with them if they play them in ranked. But no, for us, they're going to be good. I'm looking forward to having some new maps in the casual realm. I like Tokyo being a night map. I don't know if I really like that though. I don't know how I feel about having nighttime maps in COD.
The night maps, they usually aren't the best unless they're really bright. But that like bright lights and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, this one looks like it's got some bright lights, but like that street is hella wet, you know? And I'm like, dude, it's going to be shining and it's going to be hard to see people. Like I can't see these people in these whack ass, Terminator outfits and stuff that they're going to be putting out, Like I don't know. I like the idea of them, but then when you actually play them, most of the time it's usually a letdown. Yeah.
We'll see. I'm sure the last nighttime map that we had that we really played was Miami, right?
Well, yeah, Miami. If you want to say 2 Crown Raceway, like that is a nighttime one, but that map is so bright.
Yeah,
like, it's very lit up.
And you're like inside the majority of the time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So far, I don't think they haven't added a map where it's completely bad.
Yeah.
One of the the new maps.
Yeah.
So
it's not like what was that map that was in MW2? That absolute dog shit map was gold. What was it? Remember it was like you had to use night vision goggles to play on it.
Oh yeah.
What was that map?
There's gold something.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Gold field or like.
I can't remember.
Oh,
but yeah, it was
Black Gold.
Black Gold, yeah.
Terrible map.
It was night vision, and you couldn't ADS. You had to
you did that like weird
attack stance laser. Yeah,
bro, awful idea.
Yeah, that was.
There's no way people liked Black Gold.
Oh yeah, I appreciate them trying it, but that's one of the things where that should be just a playlist itself.
Yeah,
like maps like that, or like you turn all the maps into that. Because I remember when we were playing it. We didn't do that bad on it.
No, we cook on that.
Yeah, but it's funny seeing COD players that already can't shoot, and now you throw this at them, and they can't keep their crosshairs. Still.
Yeah, no, it is for most average people, it's a lot harder to be playing like that. Having that kind of tack stance, like you're saying. Yeah, we took full advantage of it. I didn't think it was that hard. The map itself was it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
It wasn't really anything to write home about. And then again, the whole idea of it just being at night was a pain in the ass. You know, it was kind of cheese too, because you could see stuff that was going to happen because of like just bullets that were going off and whatnot. You know, you just could look up or just look at the game and you're like, yeah, someone's coming around this corner, like 100%.
Yeah. And you could take full advantage of the bad players. Like if you're far away and you know they're coming, you can just like snake them and then get a couple of bullets into them and they can't really do anything about it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Rest in peace to that map.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I bear that map. But yeah, I mean, we got these other ones here. I don't think that we've seen anything else on them. You know, we'll probably talk about them whenever they put some actual like gameplay or put out the maps of them because I'd be curious to see what Paris and Incline look like. Yeah. Incline is in season, as well as Das Gross, which I don't really care about, but Incline I do. It's a snow map, which looks cool. So yeah, we got those 4 maps, and then for the modes, the one that I really care about, I know you and I are excited for, Demolition, making a return from the MW3 glory days. This is our little bit of sprinkling from MW3 that we're getting along with some other big thing that's gonna be cool. I'm really excited for this. I loved Demolition back in the day.
Yeah.
For people who didn't play it, man, you missed out.
Yeah, Demolition was a really, really fun game mode, and they used to do Demolition competitively back in the day, but then they stopped because it took a long time. Yeah, Demolition was one of my favorite game modes in MW3, but the thing is, it took forever. Like, it could go on for such a long time, because back in the day, there wasn't a time limit.
Yeah.
So basically, if people don't know what Demolition is, if you weren't playing that back in the day, it's you have 2 bomb sites, A and B. You have unlimited respawn, but one team's attacking, one team's defending. The team attacking has to plant the bomb at both bomb sites and have it explode, and then you win the round. But when you plant the bomb, it's like, I think you have like a minute and 30 seconds, if I remember right. It was a long time to defend the bomb while the enemy team is trying to defuse it, obviously. And this would just go on and on and on for a long time. And it was first team to win 2 rounds would win the whole like thing.
Yeah. And the only way you could win it was if you planted the bomb and it exploded. Yeah, I mean, so it was always both, on. Yeah, exactly. You know, it was a pain. You know, but it was fun because you could, like you said, just milk it over and over again. Like I remember fondly the times we would play on Dome. Yeah. In that game, like it would go on for just half an hour. Like, you know, you could just be farming people. That was like, those are the days where people could, in a lobby, you could almost break 200 kills. Yeah. You know, you could just go off, be like, you know, double, triple, quad Moabs, just going crazy. You're like, yeah, no one's going to be playing the objective on this one. Like, we're just, and every time someone would like plant the bomb and it gets down to like 30 seconds, someone goes defuses it. You know, just to like fuck with them. It's like, oh, they've still got both sites to go and defuse, you know? Yeah, it was a really, really fun mode. I'd assume that going into this, they're probably going to go and revise it and put a time limit on there. If they didn't, that would be insane, because that would just be the mode to go and get everything done. If you want to get headshots, it's like, dude, this is literally like it's a game that never ends.
Oh yeah, and I don't. It's gonna be different going into this game mode, because I feel like after years of COD, the demographic of people that don't play the objective has just gone up so much more. Yeah. Maybe demographic isn't the right word. The volume of people like that don't play the objective have gone up. Yeah. Immensely. Like, which is weird. 'Cause it's always fun when, like, back in the day, we would run into a whole squad, like they're all friends, and they all play the objective. You know, trying to actually win the rounds. And then you have a team too that's trying to do it, and you're just like, you know, going head to head. Right.
Because especially too, like in Demolition, how it would work, I remember this, is people would go and try to get one round out of the way, you know? So they would like really push to try to plant the bomb and get it blown up. That way they already have a round in the bag, and now they can just screw around, you know, and try to take advantage of you and punish you a bit, and plant one bomb, defuse it, you know, and just bully you into submission, you know. But yeah, you're right. I mean, nowadays people don't even bother playing the objective. So this game, if there was no time on it, bro, you'd probably play one game for goddamn 3 hours. Yeah. You know, it would just go on and on. People wouldn't even bother. But yeah, that was the one flaw with Demolition for sure. Yeah. The lack of time on there. I wonder really what they're going to do to it. I mean, that's how we remember it. I wonder if they're going to maybe do something like a control kind of thing where they do put lives in there. But for me, if they did that, that would ruin it.
Yeah, I doubt they would do that. I think they're just going to add they'll probably add like a 10-minute timer per round, which it speeds it up, obviously. But yeah, the rounds will go by a lot faster because of that.
Yeah. No, they definitely will. So it'll be an interesting mode to play and return to. It'll be strange to come back in and load it and hear them say, demolition.
Yeah.
Like, all right, So no, we'll definitely be throwing that into our rotation of modes to be playing that, and obviously control. They've got some other ones in here too. Like they've got a couple of gimmick ones, like for the in-season. Havoc. I think that's an old one. I think that's been around. Headshots only, whatever. And then mutation. I don't really know what that is. I'm assuming that's something like kind of infected if I had to go just on the namesake.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's probably a new like play game mode that they're adding, because the whole thing for Season 4 is, we talked about it, the main character of Season 4 is Soap.
Can we talk about this, bro?
Yeah, he died. So I don't know why he's back.
What is this?
Yeah. He's wearing a gas mask or like whatever, like that hazmat suit.
Yeah. Because that helps when you get shot in the head.
Yeah, yeah. So I bet in that game mode, that's why he's alive.
Yeah, right.
Whatever reason. I don't know. But yeah, we were talking about it before, because Call of Duty has done this in the past where, okay, not Call of Duty, Sledgehammer. Graves died, last year. And then in Season 2, I think, Season 2 of this year, they brought him back, and they're like, yeah, he didn't die in that tank.
Yeah, I remember he said that. He's like, I wasn't in that tank. I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And they didn't confirm the kill. But with this, Soap definitely died, because if you go back to our first couple episodes of MW3.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. We complained a lot about this, because campaign was your classic Call of Duty campaign. It was all right, nothing special, but then they ruined it at the end.
Yeah.
Because they killed Soap, and like he is dead for sure. He got shot in the head. We watched him get shot in the head.
They sprayed his ashes.
Yeah, then we spread his ashes, and now he's back.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what they're playing at with this.
I don't either. I just don't like how they're not... I understand like getting away from the timeline a little bit, because clearly they did that because Soap died in the original MW3, and this is technically not MW3, it's before.
Right.
So the timeline's just screwed up, so that was a bad move by them. But I don't have problems when you're trying to mess up the timeline like a little bit, but like why do you kill him off then if you're gonna bring him back?
Yeah, I agree. I think they realize, or maybe now they realize, that was such an awful move to do it, and now if you ask me, I think they're just trying to think of some really bad way to try to wrap him back into the game. Like, I mean, again, you see him in the photo, like he's got this gas mask on. It looks like he's, I don't know. It doesn't look like he's cybernetic or anything. Like he's not some robot, like you're saying. It's not like he's Luke Skywalker turned into Darth Vader. But I don't know what they've done to him, because man, looking at where Makarov blew his head out, there ain't no hole there ain't no scar. Like he's got his hair done, like he's doing fine. So it's very strange.
I'm assuming the like suit he has on is like this green tank or whatever. It's feeding him,
it keeps him alive.
Feeding him juice to stay alive. And I bet if we play that game mode, it's probably like somewhat related to that,
right?
But we spread his ashes, so we burned him.
Yeah. I mean, bro, like I was saying with like the Darth Vader thing, man, it reminds me of that, because I remember, I can't remember what, I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but I do remember one. I think it's the third one, the third movie, I think.
I couldn't tell you. I've never seen Star Wars.
Well, I remember like Luke, he's like, he's like crawling up to, I think it's Luke or Anakin is one of them. I can't remember now. I'm terrible with it. But anyway, he's like on fire, and he's like, but he's still alive. And then they bring him and like do surgery on him, and then he like they put the mask and like the whole Darth Vader thing on him. I'm like, yeah, but homie's still alive. Like I can understand that. They get him right before he's gonna die. With this whole thing, there ain't nothing like that. I'm like, he was just laying there in a puddle of his own blood, dead. And then they burned him.
Yeah.
And then spread his ashes. We're like, bro, how'd they get these ashes back? Like, is that what they're trying to play at here?
Yeah.
They resummoned his ashes, and now he's back. He's like, that wasn't me who got shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like, it is frustrating. Just like as a nerd of the lore.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
like, come on, dude. Like,
yeah. Like, why are you? Well, then why did you kill him? That's the thing. They didn't need to do that if he was gonna be like in season.
If you're gonna do something like that, stay committed to it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? If you're saying he's dead, he's dead.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even think about this until I saw this roadmap, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
is
yeah.
this? And everybody online's like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Like, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting trailer to watch when we load up season 4. I'm like, let's see how they
watch them not even like address that he died. Like, they just completely ignore that he did die.
Knowing them, they probably will.
Yeah. They're just gonna pretend it never happened.
They're gonna have him like walk into some room and he's gonna be talking. They're gonna be like, what was his name? Was Captain? Is he in that McTavish?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just gonna say like Captain McTavish, and he's gonna take his mask off and turn around. Everyone's like, oh, but they're just gonna have some random like nonsense conversation. I'm like, dude, are we just gonna again completely ignore the fact that this man was dead?
I think that's what they're gonna do, that, or they're gonna be like, that wasn't me.
Yeah. Or
this was my twin.
Or what they do is they do a flashback, prior to him dying, and they base it around that.
I love to see how they explain how it happened.
They've got a lot of explaining.
Yeah, I love the Graves one. All right. You're telling me you blew, like, that tank blew up, and you, all right, I guess, like, yeah, they didn't check for the body.
Yeah.
Somewhat believable. There's like a chance, but with this, there was no chance.
Yeah, bro. But like in this whole game, they've had a problem with that, dude, because they didn't check Graves' body, and then they did all that stuff in the campaign, like blowing up that airfield, and they're like, we got to go check for a body.
Yeah.
And then Shepard's like, negative.
Yeah.
Don't bother. He's dead. I'm like, no, he ain't.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, we got to get on this. We got to start IDing dead people.
So definitely died.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna go the route of not explaining, and they're just gonna pretend he didn't die.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna be like, that wasn't me. Yeah. That was my twin brother.
Yeah. Whichever way they end up going with it, it's gonna be cringe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be just face palm, like, wow, really, kind of a pathetic grab.
Season 5, they're gonna do Shepard next.
Yeah, they're gonna bring back Shepard.
That would Captain Price didn't actually kill him.
Yeah, they're gonna bring back Reznov in the next. Yeah, they're just gonna do like all these people. They never died. I'm like, okay, if we're going to some alternate world with this stuff, I could somewhat understand that. Like, it's a mega flashback, but to me, then I'm so confused as to where we even are. I'm like, what are we talking about here? I always thought we were just kind of continuing the campaign a little bit with like stuff afterwards with all these characters as to what happened, but. Maybe I'm totally wrong. I have no idea.
No, I don't like how they're not sticking to the original timeline.
Yeah.
This is called modern.
Stick to the script.
Modern warfare.
Yeah.
Like, where you weren't bringing people back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back alive back then.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, we'll see with that one. An interesting move by Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
They got a couple other interesting things too on our. We got a couple perks and then kill streaks. Usually don't ever talk about this because. They don't really add a lot, period, throughout the other seasons, or it's stuff that's like kind of minute. But they have a mission control vest, which I'm curious about. I don't really know what that is going to be about. I don't know if they've put anything out regarding it. And then they also have this compression plate, which that looks like a plate you can just go and throw on for armor.
Yeah,
dude, if that's a thing in multiplayer, I'm gonna be flipping a bitch. Like, I'm gonna have people that are gonna
extra plates.
Yeah, people are gonna be wearing plates.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
what
gonna be livid.
What were the plates called in MW3?
Oh, I can't remember.
Armor plates.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but it was a well, it says for perks, but wasn't that a
so it was a support.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Kill streak support. Kill streak. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I can kind of get.
But this is a perk.
Yeah. It says right there, new perks.
Yeah. Maybe you get just like extra health or something slightly.
Yeah. I hope it's not that much that it influences, because if it is, I'll be pissed.
Yeah.
You know?
I doubt, like, it'll probably. My guess would be it gives you extra health if it's a perk. I thought it was gonna be like just a vest.
Utility,
a vest. If it's a vest, then like
that'd be insane. Yeah, so I hope it's something that I don't really notice that much. And then the mission control vest, I'll have to go read more into that. I don't know if there is any news as of recording as to what it is. But then the kill streaks, they've got 4 of them. They've got it says loitering munition, which I don't really know what that means. But looking at the icon, I mean, it looks like it's an AC-130 or it looks like a Reaper from MW3. But when I think of like loitering munition, I mean, isn't that something that's just going to be carrying like ammo?
Yeah.
You know? Like, or it's like an emergency supply drop. Isn't that what you would think? Right?
Yeah.
Based on those words.
There's already like an ammunition box, so that's the thing. So I
don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Like if that's something like an emergency airdrop, you get it and it drops a bunch of random kill streaks or what? Because it does look like a Reaper, and that would be sick.
Yeah.
If that made a return. What is making a return too is the IMS. That was in MW3. They're finally listening, bro. They're bringing MW3 stuff back to us. This thing sucked. I hated this thing.
Yeah. It was
this thing was total bullshit.
If people don't remember, it has like 4 canisters, and if you run by it, it just shoots up and explodes.
Yeah.
It's like the bouncing Betty, except 4 of them in one.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty in MW3 though, like one couldn't kill you.
Yeah.
Like you needed to be weak for it to kill you.
Yeah.
And in this item, actually, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'd imagine it's not one shot because the bouncing Betty is one.
Right. Yeah. So I don't really know why they would add this in if you got bouncing Betties. Like it's the same kind of deal.
That would be kind of like trolly and funny if you had 2 of those or 3 of those like on a control point, like in a room. Like farmhouse,
think about
and you just stack it. Someone just walks in.
Bro, can you imagine just walk in and there's like a sea of IMS on the floor? It's like, you're not capturing this shit.
Yeah.
You know, you can go and shoot them, of course, off the ground and stuff. But if you've got them in like a weird angle, like in the corner where you can't run in there and like shoot it, that'd be bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's one that's unfortunate. Missile drones are coming in. I don't know really what to think about that other than just context clues of what that's going to be.
Yeah.
And then a DNA bomb. This was in other CODs, I think. This was like their version of a nuke. Wasn't it?
DNA bomb sounds familiar, but like I don't know what it would do.
Well, if I had to assume, I would think that the DNA bomb is going to be like it's going to be like a nuke, but it doesn't end the game. You know, if I had to guess, that's what I'd assume. But I'm not really sure.
That would have like. I don't know, just because like it's a kill streak, and that would have to be a really high kill streak. You know what I mean? Like the highest kill streak's 18 in this, so I don't know what the DNA bomb would do.
Yeah, I mean it says it was in Advanced Warfare. It's based. Yeah, so back then in Advanced Warfare you needed 30 kills, 30 kills to get it, and it was just like the Moab or the Chem Strike. But yeah, it was to say, unlike those, it was 25 guns. But I don't know if it ended the game in here. I know that there were some of them that we've had in like the past, like thinking of the original Moab. That one, it didn't end the game. And I really like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really read some stuff on it. I don't really know. Yeah, no, it eliminates all opposing players, but does not end a match like the MGB does. There you go. And they haven't said how many, but assuming it's probably going to be 30.
Yeah.
You know, so it may just be like a hidden streak, you know?
Yeah. I'd probably never use that. Just because, like, I mean, maybe just to get it to see what it looks like.
Right.
But I feel like that's just a waste of a kill streak slot.
Yeah.
You know, like, I want my cruise missile, Harrier, and my advanced.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you prefer like an ending kill streak to a game, like the top one being one that totally ends the game, or something like a DNA bomb where it may just the game keeps going on?
Oh, like the MGB or
yeah. Would you prefer a kill streak, like a final kill streak that ends the game, or a final kill streak that does not end the game?
I'd rather just end the game.
Yeah,
like,
me
you
too.
work so hard for that.
That's what I think.
And it's always funny too. Like, I mean, we play a lot of Control. But I love getting one and then holding on to like the last round, and they'd be like, "You think you're gonna win? See ya."
Yeah, right. Yeah,
call it in.
Yeah, no, that's what I like too. And like you said, you just work so hard for it, and I don't know, because when we played MW3, getting MOABs was fun.
Yeah.
You know? Like, but just calling them in over and over again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think my mindset has shifted as I've gotten older.
Maybe.
I don't care anymore. I'm like, dude, I want the game to end. Like, I want to put a statement.
Yeah. I want to go back to like my Vanguard clips, because I remember I got a couple MGBs in Control.
Yeah.
And I remember I was playing on I don't know, I don't remember the map name, but it was like the big red barn, and then the middle was like a big circle with a tree in the middle.
Yeah.
Bunch of breakables. But I remember I got a nuke on that, and I was in the chat, and I was just chat, and I was just talking with everyone, and these guys were like, you know, dude, you got to help us more. Meanwhile, like, I'm frying.
Right.
And then we go into round 5, and I just come off mute, and I'm like, I got you guys.
Right.
And then I like just popped it, and they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then it just ended the game.
Yeah, dude, that was the best shit. Like, when you just go and pull that out of nowhere. Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm at the point now where I would rather it be like it just goes and ends the game. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, it's fun. But however, in MW3, I remember when you'd call in the Moab, the whole map would go like orange.
Yeah.
Be like wastelandy. That was always kind of cool. And then you would get double XP.
Yeah.
You know, so that made it worth it too. Mm-hmm. You know, if you grind a little bit and you get a 30 streak.
Yeah.
Or what, was it 30 back in MW?
It was 30. Yeah.
Yeah. You get 30, and then you got double XP for the game. Mm-hmm. In Demolition, it was godlike.
Was it? Now I'm trying to think. Was it 30?
Or is it 25?
Might have been like 25 kills. Gun kills, yeah. 25
I think that's what it was. Because you couldn't get it with kill streaks, right?
Yeah, it was just gun kills.
25.
Yeah. I just don't see the point of, like, you already have the nuke to work towards that. I don't see the point of adding a kill streak that just takes up like a slot.
Yeah.
To not end the game.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just, I don't know, a waste. Because then it's got to be less than the MGB.
Yeah.
So you're already, like, you can get that, call it in, and then 5 kills later, get the MGB, and then not call that in?
Yeah, I don't really know. I agree.
I mean, we could be completely wrong. It could not be that.
Yeah. No, it could be. But if it does work that way, like, you know, along that logic, I don't really think it makes sense. Mm-hmm. If it's a hidden streak where if you just get it, you know, you get it, like, you don't have it equipped, unlike the one that they have now where you have to equip it, right? Actually, no, you don't have to equip it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so this one you'd have to equip then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see the point in having that.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
We could be completely wrong, though. It could just be, like, some lame kill streak.
Yeah, it could be some, like, 18-20 streak where it goes and, like, you know, I don't know. Everyone's, like, toxified or something.
No,
You know? I have no idea. That would be whack, though, if they named it the same thing like they did a DNA bomb and it doesn't do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, what are you talking about? But yeah, we'll see with that as well. I mean, the streaks overall, like, they do look cool. I'm excited to try them out, especially that loitering munition one, to actually find out what it is. So they've got all that. We covered the modes and then the maps. And then the big thing people are talking about, which they're on like a tear with this right now, the Reclaimer 18, a.k.a. the SPAS 12, is making a return to Call of Duty. I'm here for this.
Yeah.
I like the SPAS. I think this thing was fucking rad back in the day.
Yeah.
This thing was absolutely ridiculous. I don't think you couldn't do akimbo spasses, could you?
You could.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bro, you think about that, how ridiculous
akimbo
that is.
spasses, yeah.
Bro, like the shotgun's like that big. Bro, you're just that thing's ridiculous. I'm sure you'll be able to do that again.
Yeah. The damage just doesn't like hit the same in like the newer CODs, obviously, which, you know, it makes sense. Like, it shouldn't. Yeah. But the akimbo spaz is like, you could run that with silenced on it and you just cross map people.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, yeah, it was completely broken, but it was fun. In this, like, it's so funny. Like, all the older people, when, like, the akimbo Model 1887s in this, they work, you know, as expected. You'll get those random, you know, whoa, like, I killed that person from that far. But for the most part, you're going to get hit markers.
Right.
And we're like, what the fuck? They're not like the old ones. I'm like, we don't want them to be like the old ones. I don't know, maybe we do, but that would just
Dude, I don't want them like that. No, thanks.
The game already has enough like bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I mean, there's always gonna be bullshit in COD. Like there's just I don't know. It's very hard to get that perfect one where everything is optimized and not fugazi.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they went and had the models in there, I mean, they would just be broken.
Yeah.
They would take over the entire game.
Well, that's just people like attaching onto nostalgia, and they want that for a little bit. But like,
fuck those people.
Yeah, you don't want that completely.
No.
Because again, those playing against that back in MW2 sucked.
Yeah.
Like it was fun when you're doing it for like, a little bit, but then after that it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Like the noob tubes, the one-man armies, like all that stuff.
All that stuff, dude. People forget about that when they start playing these CODs and they harken back to how great those were.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, there's no way you played that game because you would have realized how absolutely dog shit that stuff was.
Yeah.
Like the game was like, it was a great game, like regarding maps and guns and everything like that. But dude, there was a lot of stuff in that game that was so broken.
Yeah.
In MW2, and I mean in all of them. There's always been like a couple of things that have just made their way through. But people forget about that. They don't want to acknowledge it.
That's why the OG MW3 was like, we think it's better because it was refined.
Yeah.
Like nothing was worse when you were on a nuke streak in MW2 and then you just get noob tubed out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah. No, that was a pain. I would say too, like even with MW3, like the support kill streak was kind of BS. You think about it, like, bro, you could get kill streaks and just never die.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, they never die. You could die, but the kill streaks would never like reset.
Yeah, well, it was just like score streaks.
Yeah.
What it is now.
Yeah. Like it was a pain. You would just get all this stuff and you're like, oh yeah, bro, it's no problem. Like, and then you could take over games with some of like the higher ones. Like if you had the like the emergency airdrop, I remember that had an Osprey gunner on it.
Yeah.
Like you could cook with that.
That like, yeah, I never understood the score streak thing, where you die and you keep your score streak, because like in this, you now have the option to do kill streak or score streak, which is like a little weird to me because usually you want to like you earn those because you're frying.
Right.
But yeah, back in MW3, you could die and you can just keep getting the the armor or vests, whatever. And if you're a really good player, you can just abuse that completely.
Yeah. No, you totally could.
But the support role was made for players that aren't assault. You know, like not doing their best.
Yeah.
So they're trying to help out the team. But then if you get a really, really good player and they're running support, then it's just constant UAVs.
Right.
All the time.
Right. It's ridiculous. So I don't know. I mean, like again, closing out on that, dude, like that's what they got for us right now. They've got like I'm every season we say it, but man, they do a really good job every season bringing us new stuff. I do wish that rumor was true about Hard Hat coming in, but they've got some stuff like, and I saw it in Warzone, like for they have like a specialist perk package. I'm like, dude, that's like they're adding in stuff from MW3. Finally, I just hope that they really turn the dial up, like when they get into season 5. Or season 4 Reloaded, and they're like, okay, we're really just gonna add a lot of new stuff in here.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
I mean, yeah, we don't know. Season 4 Reloaded, they could bring in a Hard Hat.
Bro, I hope so.
Like just out of nowhere. They just add a couple extra things. Yeah, Sledgehammer has been doing a good job adding stuff to multiplayer. Yeah. Because we didn't get that last year and it sucked.
Yeah.
And again, they're doing collabs too. Like they're finally adding like all these cool skins. Still not gonna buy them, but
they're nice to look at.
Yeah, they're nice to look at. And I know last year I made the complaint of they need to be doing this stuff a lot earlier in the season because like no one really cares once. Honestly, like season 4, it's getting like later into the year, right? Like a lot of people have dropped off now.
Yeah,
but they've done a pretty good job of like doing these collabs and stuff early in the year, and like they're still keeping up with it.
Yeah,
like they're adding the weird like teddy bear thing.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
like, they're all cool skins. Like I just wish they weren't $20.
Right.
Like if these were $5 skins, I'd probably pick up a couple.
Oh yeah, like, no doubt.
And they added like in a creepy like emoji skin and like these like weird fur things. I don't even know
bro.
what they are.
Yeah, and I've made her think they look like straight Teletubbies, bro. Shit's scary. Yeah, but again, $20 for all this stuff, like $20-$30. Miss me with that.
Like these are cool ideas that they're adding, and they're adding the superheroes or whatever.
Yeah,
they added that. That's been in there. They're adding like a collab with like Gundam.
Yeah,
which is cool. So, but again, I'm not paying $20.
Yeah, again, no, it's no. They're not short on ideas at all with this stuff. Like again, reiterating your point, it's really nice stuff. But I mean, I don't know if other people feel that way. Obviously, people must be buying this like mad. We see them in the lobbies quite a bit, but people listening, I don't really know if you guys buy this because man, I don't like. I've said it before, man. I've only spent $10 on. Oh no, yeah, I didn't even buy Snoop Dogg. I don't think. I can't remember if I did.
No, because we got them for free.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I just went and bought the Breach thing, and then I did buy the MW2 soundtrack. So I have that. I think that was $5-$10 or something like that. So yeah, $20 total invested in this.
Yeah, that's not even if they drop the skins down to just you can buy individual skins for $10. That's more reasonable. Because then I'd be more like this Gundam collab. Like I would buy that skin for $10.
Right.
But they're gonna bundle it with a bunch of other stuff, and I'm like,
I don't want that.
I don't need the other stuff.
Yeah, you don't need it. You don't want it. I just want the skin. Yeah. So again, it's gonna be cool, like seeing all this stuff, but it's just gonna be sad. We're gonna be like looking at it, like when we're walking the street, you see the glass container of all the nice stuff, just put your hand on. You're like, oh, I wish.
No, literally. Yeah, because it's funny loading into the lobby, and it's just a bunch of
whack ass characters,
a bunch of Snoop Dogs. Yeah, like when they first launched it. But now like you'll load into the lobby and it's just Snoop Dogg, Nicki Minaj, Devin Booker, Cheech and Chong. I'm like, what is?
Yeah, but what the fuck am I playing?
This is awesome though.
Yeah. I think it's cool. People that are like the hardcore realism people. I mean, get a grip. Yeah. Right? I think this stuff's just funny. And it's like arcadey, which is what COD always is.
Yeah, like it's now. Yeah, obviously, if they added like Snoop Dogg in the campaign and Nicki Minaj, like random shit like this, yeah, that'd be weird. But yeah, this is multiplayer. It doesn't. If this is realistic, then
COD has like never been realistic. Let's get real.
Yeah,
like come on.
They tried going that realism route, and like they just shouldn't.
Yeah,
they just have fun.
Yeah, they gotta stick to what they know and what like COD has always been.
Yeah,
like again, go play like some army sim if you want to get that experience. But yeah, man, I mean that's what we got for season 4. Good shit. Like I said, it's gonna be coming out later on in May, so looking forward to it.
When they listen to this,
it'll already be out. Yeah, 2 days from now. Yeah, because it come out the 27th when you guys listen to this. Yeah, so Wednesday. Have fun with it. Yeah. I'm assuming. I think it goes to 800 or 850. I think.
Yeah, 850.
Something like that. Yeah, probably 850. So we're getting up there. We're gonna get to the 1,000 soon enough.
It's weird, and we still got 2 more seasons.
Yeah, bro. Well, it's probably gonna do the same thing. It's probably gonna be 1,250.
Yeah, probably.
So, bro, we're at 650 right now. We're halfway.
Yeah, almost there.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal.
And they're gonna start releasing which we can like sort of pivot into, like the Black Ops 6. Yep. That's apparently they're not calling it Gulf War. Black Ops 6 now.
Is this what you've read too?
Yeah, I mean, like, everyone's been calling it Black Ops 6. So maybe Gulf War was just, I don't know.
Like code
that was
name?
Out there. Code, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well, so I had looked it up too, in that we were seeing all the stuff. We're like, bro, what the fuck, Black Ops 6? Because obviously I'd assume Cold War is Black Ops 5. That's why they're skipping over it.
Yeah.
But Gulf War, this game is set during that time.
Well, maybe it's because Cold War was Black Ops Cold War.
Right.
So maybe this is just Black Ops Gulf War.
Could be.
Black Ops 5 Cold War and Black Ops 6 Gulf War don't really roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
That well.
Black Ops 6 ain't bad.
Yeah.
And I think Gulf War is fine too. Cold War, Gulf War.
Same thing. Yeah,
right.
Either way. But yeah, like all that stuff's going to start coming out.
Like, yeah, we're going to be seeing this like late October is what that's when I believe that game's going to be released. They said I've seen some like reports, people saying October 25th.
Yeah.
But yeah, like regarding the actual like I say early access to it or just gameplay or whatever we're going to be seeing of it, it's probably going to be happening within the next month. I know they're going to do some reveals of that probably within like season 4 or season 4 Reloaded. It wouldn't surprise me,
Yeah, like around this time of the year, every COD fan's gonna, we all start getting excited again.
Yeah.
For the next COD that's coming out.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do the alpha, the beta again, and leaks will come out, more stuff, and that's when it becomes a lot harder for us when it gets into like late season 5, season 6, and we've already played the beta of whatever game it is. But it's coming quick. It's weird because by the time you guys listen to this, it's gonna be basically like June.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, happy Memorial Day if you're in the U.S.
Happy Memorial Day. Yeah, dude, it's flying by. Mm-hmm. Like I've got 20 days left of school. That's it.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait. I need that shit to come now. I'm losing my mind. But yeah, bro, it's wild. Like again, it's just gonna be summertime. And like I know too. By the time it's already out, it's coming out the 21st, I believe, right? xDefiant.
25th.
25th, thank you. 25th, xDefiant's going to be out.
Oh, sorry, no, 21st. You're right.
21st, yeah. 21st is xDefiant. So that's been out for a week. Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, yeah, stuff's popping. We got xDefiant. Mm-hmm. We got Season 4 coming. And then we've got, Black Ops 6, Call of Duty, Gulf War, Black Ops 6 coming out. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. And I wonder how xDefiant will do coming out. It's free to play, so I mean, there's no reason to not to download it. Like it'll be a good game, I'm sure. I think probably within the first 2 weeks, it's just gonna be popping with like all old Call of Duty heads.
Oh yeah,
like we'll be playing it. We're gonna try it out, obviously, and they have competitive in mind, which is really nice for us because we like ranked. We like playing competitively, so it'll be fun to try out. I'm glad they're doing the free to play model because again, now anyone can try it out.
Yeah,
and I bet too, if you and we told like our old friends about it, they'd be more inclined to play that because those were the type of games that we played back in the day.
Yeah,
it's an older Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's what it's targeting back to, and I like that. Mm-hmm. Again, for me, I mean, I'm just always like this. I like to have one shooter that I play. Mm-hmm. I like to have, my variety of single player games again, but they still cover like different things. I can't play multiple open world games at the same time. I can't play multiple shooters at the same time. Mm-hmm. That's just a me thing, So like there will be a time where like, yeah, we are trying out xDefiant and we are still playing COD, but I can't consistently do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like it would literally have to be life changing. Like when I load into the game, and like it has to be MW3, like back in the day where I sit and I'm like, wow,
yeah,
like this is amazing.
Yeah, it sucks me in.
Yeah, which there hasn't been a game like that in years. Well, for a first person shooter, I'll say in years. Like, yeah, like I wonder if this game will be like Splitgate. Like, I think it'll have more success than Splitgate, but I wonder for us if it's going to be like, yo, do you actually want to hop on and play this like 3 months later?
Yeah.
Or if it's going to be a thing where, we hop on, play for a little bit, and then go and play like Black Ops 6.
I would imagine that's what's going to be for us.
Yeah, but and then like eventually, are we just not going to play it?
Yeah.
So
I think it's going to fall into that category for us. If I had to assume, again, because we're putting all of our eggs into the Black Ops 6 basket, and I think rightfully so this year. I'm not saying like talking bad on xDefiant. I think it's gonna be great, but I mean, man, we are the COD Casuals, bro. We ain't changing to the xDefiant Casuals. Like, no shot. I'm not gonna be playing that. Like, again, I mean, I take that back. We will be playing it and talk about it a little bit here and there, but yeah, this game would have to be legit life-changing for me to play.
Yeah. I like, again, we're going to give it a chance. Like, it is a good game, like when we played the trial and stuff. But again, like you said, it would have has to be life-changing. I'll give it the 1% chance of it being life-changing.
Yeah.
But it's got to hit, like, a lot of things. Yeah. Like, it's got to be a combination of all of our favorite CODs into one.
Yeah.
So, it'll, I'm sure it'll be successful.
We'll try it when it comes out, and then we'll report back.
Yeah, and then you guys, by the time you listen to this, you got to let us know what you think of it.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll probably play it this weekend for a little bit. We'll get a couple of good sessions in.
Yeah,
be like, all right, what's the vibe on next?
Yeah, like if I'm not loading in and I if I don't want to just sit for hours and like grind, like obviously you have to get used to the game and stuff, but like you just know when you're locked in.
Oh yeah, you know that feeling. Yeah. No, 100%. When you're locked in, it's like you're just loving it. You know, you're in the flow state immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Which, tell you too, good segue here. You'll love this, bro. This was the winners of the CDL Major III, bro. I don't know if I've seen a more locked in team than these guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, spoilers, if you have not seen this, Optic Texas won Major III.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird to even say that. Because I'll be truthful, I was kind of a doubter at first. I did not think they were going to win this.
Mm-hmm.
They played like okay. The first, what was it, Thursday and Saturday? Yeah, Thursday and Saturday.
Yeah, Thursday and Saturday.
They were like, not bad. Like they won everything. I know they won their first match. I think I got it pulled up. They won their first match against Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Then they played Toronto and they lost 3-1.
They beat, insignificant. They beat Miami too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that started, right? So it started with Carolina, then you're right. After they lost to Toronto, they went down to losers, and they played Miami, beat them. We're like, whatever. Played Miami, it's nothing crazy. And then they went and played, was it the same day that they played New York? Or I think they may have ended
Next
on
day.
Miami. Yeah. So they played Miami 3-1. It was a close 3-1.
Yeah. They played New York on Sunday, first match.
Yeah. So they ended with Miami and being like, we weren't really playing all that great. And I was like, well, that's good that they realized that because it was a close match.
Mm-hmm.
And then, bro, Sunday came around. This team just like, I don't know what they had for breakfast. These guys were on another planet.
Yeah. Which this, again, just really, really shows it doesn't matter Thursday or Friday or Saturday how you play. As long as you make it to Championship Sunday and you fry that day, doesn't matter. And it also says COD is so day to day, but with a caveat on that is that it is very day to day, but it is so minimal between the top teams because Sunday was a banger. It was like all map 5s besides the grand finals.
Yeah.
That's how it should be with the top teams, right?
Right, that's what you'd expect. Yeah, I mean, so Texas, they started off playing New York. They 3-2'd them. And then after that, it was FaZe and Toronto. Mm-hmm. And FaZe was up 2-0. And then they got reverse swept, which was insane. And they barely lost the search to end it. And then we got the classic Optic versus FaZe. And
losers.
For the losers finals. And I thought that FaZe was going to win this. I was like, dude, FaZe is going to come back with a vengeance on this. And then Texas, they went up 2-0. And then FaZe started to walk it back. And then Optic, they clutched up in the search and destroy, and they beat them for the first time on LAN to get themselves into grand finals. And they were so hyped. They were standing up, yelling, screaming. I was like, oh, man, these guys, they were mega locked.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Toronto series, like when they played in the grand finals versus Toronto at their home major, I really thought, I was like, man, Toronto is going to look insane. Like they were playing pretty solid throughout the weekend. I mean, they didn't lose at all. So there wasn't any reason to think that they weren't going to do that well. And then they got fucking 4-0'd.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
Like nothing was close.
Yeah, I said it. Like, I mean, that just shows from team to team too. Like the littlest things can just change everything. And I said that Toronto probably just used up all their power to just take down FaZe in that map 5. And then again, like they're just sitting around waiting. As Optic is just hyped up, like juiced up after beating FaZe in a map 5. And now they go and get to play Toronto in the grand finals.
Yeah.
While Toronto's just sitting there like, all right, no one wants to scrim us.
Right.
Like, keep everything warm. I mean, like, you literally just played one of the best teams and knocked them down to losers in map 5. And, like, even if they do scrim other people, like, it's not, not the same feeling.
Right. Yeah, it's not even close. And they've been also sitting, not playing for that time, too. So it's crazy to think that they beat FaZe and were super hot and feeling good. And then from the time that the FaZe Optic game was going on, they just deflated.
Yeah.
And I thought Texas was going to be like, I thought they were going to be the ones that would get tired because they played a hard game against New York. They played a hard game against FaZe, and now they got to go play a grand finals best of 7. But they must have been so hyped after beating FaZe. They were like, dude, we got this. Like, FaZe has looked insane all this split, and they haven't beat him at all, and they finally beat him.
Yeah.
They had to have been like, dude, it's over. Like,
yeah, they're
Toronto ain't shit. Like, we just beat FaZe.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, there's no way that we lose to Toronto 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
And they didn't. They smoked them. But I said to you yesterday, like, it's insane to see that the 3 teams that have won majors were all former LAT members.
Right.
And that also just shows that how good these 3 teams are. And it shows these 3 teams are just so consistent.
Yeah.
Like they're placing top 3 besides FaZe and Major. No, not FaZe. New York. No, not New York. Ultra.
Yeah. They got like 5th or 6th in one of them, didn't they?
No, it was 4th. 4th, and then New York got 3rd, which they're classified as top 4 team.
Right.
But to my point, it just shows how consistent these teams are.
Yeah.
And the showing up on Sunday really matters because the smallest little things will change everything.
Yeah.
It shows how close these teams actually are.
Yeah, dude, they're so close. Like, people are probably now saying, like, Optic's the best team. And, I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Like, they are the best team right now. They just won the freaking major. But to me, I'm at the same time, like, I'm not hating on them at all. I'm like, bro, you play that series back.
It could go.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
It really could, Like, depending on those guys, like, because they all, at times, like, what was it, Scrap in the last, in the grand finals, like, he was playing okay. Like, he was still doing well compared to his whole team, but he was getting shut down. But it's like, man, what if his whole team was doing good? Like, are we getting a way closer grand finals? I'm sure we are.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, that's what's so cool about COD. Like, you all have to be hot.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows how much momentum matters and just being hot.
Yeah.
Like, going into it, because, I mean, it's no easy task to beat FaZe and then go beat Ultra in the grand finals.
Yeah.
And also, you beat New York, a top 4 team.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, they had to play all their competition. They had to play, the like New York's usually labeled as top as 4th. Then it's either like Optic and FaZe are in there, but they had to play like everybody that's around them in the top 4, and they beat all of them.
Yeah.
Toronto didn't have to play New York.
Yeah, and that was like basically the same like scenario. Major 1 and Major 2, like they're all there on Sunday.
Yeah,
they're all playing each other at some point.
Yeah, they're all, the top 4 has remained the top 4.
Yeah,
so it was insane. I was so stoked to see Optic win. Seeing those guys just yell and pretty much give a big FU to everybody else.
Yeah.
Because people have been like, oh, they need to drop this guy. They're never going to win. They're never going to do it. And they did. I mean, they, not even like, by the skin of their teeth, like they convincingly, they straight up shit on Toronto. Like, it was not close.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too, is like, I mean, maybe it's just because of I'm getting older, but it's like with COD specifically, those 3 teams, like I'm not going to put New York in there just because they have been like the least consistent. But those 3 teams are so close if all of them are frying together.
Yeah.
So close. And either way, like whoever wins, like it's going to be good. And it's not like regular sports where, it does matter. Like some players don't show up on game time and, they're doing really well. But there are clear teams that are just completely like the best team by far. And that's what sucks. It's like, you see the same teams over and over in the winners, like in finals, and they're always winning. It's just a long stretch. Right. At least we technically are, but we're seeing 3 separate teams. Like, it can go either way.
Yeah.
Which is like really, really nice.
Yeah, it makes it fun to watch, It's like you go into these and you really don't know.
Yeah.
You're not seeing these grand finals where it's like, man, this team is clearly going to win.
Yeah, which I'm going to add to, like, which is why that FaZe team in Cold War was insane.
Right.
Because they won everything.
Yeah. I think there was like maybe 1 or 2 tournaments they didn't win.
Yeah.
Like,
and they placed second.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's insane. And obviously, like, FaZe is known as the villain, but it's for that. Like, when you're winning a lot, you're just
people are gonna hate on you. Yeah, 100%. Like, Optic's the only one that would never get that curse, but every other team, like, if any other team is winning all the time, people don't want to hear it. They don't want to see it, you know.
And it's funny because like LA Thieves last year, like, they were the villain.
Yeah.
You know, just because they also beat Optic. They always beat Optic for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But now, like, it's just so insane to me. Those 3 players left, and they've all won once.
Yeah.
Like, these teams, in my eyes, are just, like, on par with each other.
Yeah, all the time.
Like, statistically, they are.
Yeah. Yeah, and it makes for great COD. You know, so again, but huge congrats to the guys on Optic. I mean, we were cheering for them once Boston ended up bowing out on day 1. Was it day 2 rather? I think it was. Yeah.
Well, first match that they played.
First match that they played against Thieves, they lost, which was unfortunate. So I mean, our champs run is over.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be now playing spoilers. There's really nothing much else to say there. For those guys, I know they're feeling it. But they're just going to have to regroup and figure it out for next year. And like I said, just for the rest of the year, try to get some wins, get some confidence, and get play for spoiler. That's really all they can do.
Yeah, I just want to see them like win a game so they're actually happy.
Yeah, they feel good.
They just need something.
Yeah,
you know,
they need
like
something there.
Won't go into it too much, but like, this is the 5th event where we've came in dead last.
Yeah,
that goes into last year.
Yeah,
which, you know, that obvious. These guys know that it's not fun. But like you said, they just need some confidence, because now I'd imagine for them going in and practicing and playing, it's like
block.
It's like, damn, like, we're out.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean you can't win Major 4.
Right. Exactly. It doesn't mean that there's still some money to be played for. There's still some chips to be played for. Like, they can do some stuff.
If they can just go in, imagine a bottom 8 team just winning the next major for whatever reason.
Oh, yeah.
Like, obviously, not very likely, but, you know, it's probably going to be Optic, FaZe, or Toronto, but that'd be insane.
It'd be the stuff of legends.
Oh, yeah. And Major 4 isn't going to be in person. It's going to be, like, in Columbus.
Yeah.
With no fans.
Rip.
So, rip.
But it'll be something. We get to see them at least on a stage.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Scrap up there with no fans and just hear him legit yelling at
each other. Yeah.
I think that'll be fun.
But so, I mean, best of luck to Boston. I hope they...
Yeah, bro, that's all we can leave it on.
We can't...
Best of luck to the boys.
It can't do any worse. So
no,
that's
it's only up. It's always just only up. Every time they get last, you can only go up from there.
Yeah. I can tell you, I'm glad you and I are not, like, part of that management. Trying to figure that out. They know more than us.
Yeah, they've got a tough couple months ahead of
them.
Tough
decisions.
Yeah. So like I said, but we'll be cheering them on as we always do, no matter what. You know, we got ups and downs. We're going through some downs right now, but I mean, it is what it is. It happens. You know, again, like, you know, Toronto just got 4-0 shit on. It happens. You know?
Yeah.
This stuff, it's the name of the game. You know. So yeah, I mean, that, like, wrapping up on the CDL stuff and everything, man. Like, again, huge shout out to Optic. I mean, those guys they're the shit. I'm really stoked for them. That means a lot to those guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, just such a good major to watch. It was entertaining the entire weekend. I had a real blast watching. I was locked in.
Yeah.
Watching those games.
That Sunday was one of the best Sundays we've had in a while.
Yeah, very long time.
It was so entertaining.
Yeah.
And yeah, with all the CDL like talk, like, games start this weekend again, which is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
It's quick. But obviously, since, like, the match, we'll be supporting Breach, obviously, but they're doing a block party in June, which we mentioned, like, a couple episodes ago. But tickets are on sale now.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't even think it costs money to go. I didn't check, but if anything,
I didn't check either.
If anything, it's probably really cheap, or it's free.
Yeah.
But so if you're around, like, the area around Foxborough, definitely go, because they're gonna have, like, T-Dog's gonna be there. He's gonna do his podcast over there live. Doug's gonna try to break the world record for most pull-ups. Like, it's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, I won't be there, which I'm upset about, but
we'll fly you out for the day, bro.
Yeah, for the day. Yeah.
1 day trip back.
Yeah.
I gotta take my flight back, boy. Sorry.
Yeah. That sucks, but I'm going on vacation with a couple of friends, which was planned, like, months in advance.
It is what it is.
But definitely go because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They always do a good job over there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's it, right?
I think that does everything.
Actually, I want to say shout out to the people responding on Spotify. So leave, comments below, like in Spotify. I do appreciate it. Appreciate Mike. Mike's always like responding, so appreciate you, dude.
Mike's the homie.
Yeah, he always is. He was like, home ownership, it's really, really hard, but
it's worth it.
It's worth it. He's like, congrats, dude. So I appreciate that, dude.
Hell yeah.
And everyone else that like comments on everything because it's a lot of fun.
We do see it.
Yeah, we do see it. And I always publish like the majority of them so other people can go back and look at the comments.
Yeah.
So our communities, they're good people.
They're good. Yeah.
They're always good people.
No scumbags.
Yeah. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube and let us know if you think, what should the question be? We gotta leave him off with something. We can't say like if you're playing season 4.
Nah.
It's got to be like Black Ops 6 related.
Well, I was gonna say with XDefiant too.
Oh yeah, that's
be thinking like you think you're gonna play XDefiant for longer than a week.
Yeah, that's a good question. If are you guys gonna be playing XDefiant for longer than a week? No.
Yeah, I was gonna say every single person. Nah.
No.
Hell no.
But yeah, let us know in the YouTube comments, and we're going to leave it in the polls for Spotify too. And we're on anchor.fm/the COD Casuals. We're on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. If you don't want to listen to the whole thing, we're also on Instagram Reels and TikTok. We clip it up, and you can go over there and listen to it. And 5-star rating.
5 stars.
5 stars only. None of the 4-star shit.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Because I've seen that.
Fuck,
don't like that. Don't like that. Bump it back up to 5. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening. This has been episode 171 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
And I'm Mike.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.